Unique Horror Adventure by Benjamin Rivers. I believe it's an indie horror game. And hello guys, your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend you put aside an hour and a half and complete a home in a single sitting. Oh, very nice. Turn up the sound, turn off the lights. Here we go. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, oh my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Oh. So this is an indie horror game, I believe, or a flash game. I've actually never played it before. That house. Where was I? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? What the f... Yes. Here we go. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg? I wondered. All I can really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and I tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. Okay. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. Had I been sleepwalking again? Was that how I got to the house? The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Whoa. The door was taped and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. Maybe there's a dead body in there. Damn door was locked, but it didn't look like there was a keyhole. Maybe I could find another way to open it. Maybe like a sledgehammer or a pry bar or something? A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Ooh. Yes. We'll free it. Who knows, you might help me out later on. A collection of rusty tools. These look like they seem a lot of use, and were caked in damp smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? Because maybe somebody misplaced them? Oh, hello. I found a picture of a couple. Looked like it'd be moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Yes. It depressed, smoothing into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Private door. Okay. So this is home, and I believe it's a we would call a indie flash horror game. I bought it on the PlayStation Network for only $1, and I'm trying it out. And it's actually my first time playing one of these games. I never played one of these games before in my life, so we'll see how it goes. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like like the owner of the house, really knew the area. Okay. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes from two people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife. I guess there was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? I don't know, unless you want to carry some random guy and girl's photo around. I figured this was no help to me, so I left it behind. So, let's go back upstairs, or downstairs, I guess you say. Desk had a computer and some papers on it. A single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? I don't want to snoop, but yeah. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo looked like a store of some kind. Why did it look so familiar? Blood on the wall? It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Probably because you just stepped in it. Oh man, I had to get out of here, of there. Are you sure it's blood or is that some kind of... Yeah, looked a little brown to me. Back downstairs. So there was a clicking noise. The bathroom was incredibly clean. Every surface had been thoroughly wiped, and nothing seemed out of place. Oh. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. So the bathroom's clean. That's a good thing. You should always keep your bathroom clean. So this would be the first floor. Oh. Ah. Someone moved the tape, huh? There was sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Keycard. Ocker? Last one I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. There's our little mouse friend. Oh, were you the one that tore the tape off the door? See, I knew freeing that mouse was a good idea. See? Good stuff does come to people who are good to living things. The box looked heavy, but there were marks of but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Hmm. Yes. I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? I would. My leg hurt like hell as I climbed down the ladder. The turn below was even darker, and the smell wasn't getting any better. But I had to get out of there and find my way home. Footprints in the dirt looked like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Places all over were marked on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from the local newspaper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait, there was photos. Photos of our house? What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. I looked around a lot. I ran around the whole house. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first, and I needed to see what else was down there. So we'll go back down the ladder here. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? Oh, it was a hook. Is that a hook? You like, oh, crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive or corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. Yeah, poison, do not drink. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom, something wet. Maybe that brown crap we saw in the house, you know? Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? Huh, this kind of got some kind of paranormal activity vibe going on right now. Oh, those bats? I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Can I walk across it? Okay, cool. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Um, sure. Why not? Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. I have the rope now. There must have been a use for it around somewhere. Oh, skeletons are there. Ugh. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Uh, yeah. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from below started to get worse. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat, pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out. Danger due to cave in. Music got a little bit more ominous. Ominous, is that how you say it? My hands tingled from the burn of sliding down that rope. It was lucky I found that who knows who would have happened if I had jumped down. Still, it was all I could do to not have rushed out of that awful place. That rack, those terrible tools. What the hell was going on back there? The metal door groaned as I leaned into it, causing my heart to skip a beat at the sound. As I peered ahead into the dark of the next room, I worried that I should have taken that gun I saw. What? There was no gun? Where was this gun at? But me with a gun? I would have wanted to know where this gun was at. I guess I probably should have looked a little better, shouldn't have I? There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. I had not seen no gun. Okay? There was no gun at all. So, hopefully we can find a gun. Because obviously, I don't feel very safe. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There was rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? I don't know. Is it like The Ring? Am I watch it? Am I die in 7 days? Sure, we'll take it. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. Back down the ladder. I could hear a faint tickling sound, like water. Oh, not tickling, trickling. Sorry. What was that? Jesus, apparently I get tickling and trickling all mixed up together. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Think about it, it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Since I don't have a gun, yes, a knife covered in blood would probably be very gross and I wouldn't want to touch it. But I am in a very weird area. I have no idea where I'm at. And yeah, I'm probably going to take it. Somehow the knife seemed a better idea than the gun in that tunnel. You know, they always say close quarters is the best. The door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Oh god. This door's unlocked though. I wasn't sure what these valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? Um, they could be for like some kind of gas. They could also be for water. Um, I don't know. Uh, no. Let the valve alone. I don't want to do that because it might be for something like gas related. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Oh, it might be the valve. Let's turn the valve. See what happens. We get poisoned out. Oh well. I guess, right? Door number 2. Another valve. Turn it. Okay, maybe this might be something here. It's gonna keep turning all these valves. Something's definitely like clicking a little bit more. Huh. So valve 2. Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Home, a indie horror game, and currently we're trying to figure a way out. We're trying to get back home to see if Rachel is okay, and there was a rusty ladder sink into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down it. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Oh. Oh. Ah. Maybe the valve's got something to do with that, huh? Okay, let's try to turn all these valves. Maybe the valves put the water inside. Oh, what's this? The water flow in this valve. Okay, so obviously that valve's okay. Let's go to room number 2. I thought I could turn this water valve, just shut it off. Yes. So turn that one off. Check out these other valves. Make sure they're all turned off. Yes. Okay. So, I was supposed to turn 1 and 4, and supposed to leave 2 and 3 alone. Okay. So, we'll go back this way. So yeah, this is my first time playing this game. First time playing any kind of like indie horror game. And you know what? I actually don't mind it. Did we not do it right? Wait, is there valves this way too? Let's find out. Um, try to see if there's valves this way too as well. I don't believe so. I think they're all down this ladder. Okay, so let's see here. Maybe there's another. Go back in there real quick. Maybe there's another valve in here. Through the dust, I can see handprints from previous use, probably from whoever worked in these sewers. Okay, there's nothing there. I thought I could turn this valve off. Yes, shut off the water. Yes, turn off the water. Okay, so that's gone. Alright, now let's go back and see if that water's gone. Exit the door. It's still on. Okay, so a little confused. Just gonna throw that out there real quick. I'm a little confused. Maybe there's something to do with that generator. Let's go back into room 1. Nope. Maybe I wasn't supposed to turn those valves. So let the valve alone. Let's try that. There's like, hold on. So okay. Oh, okay. 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 There we go. Okay. So that's what we had to do. We just had to keep turning them. Make sure it was fully turned off. Okay. Very, very nice. Okay. So let's continue down the exit. See if we can go down this ladder now. And we can. Sweet. Very nice. Alright. Okay, let's gotta use our brains a little bit. Okay. Safety poster had definitely been seen better days. How old was this facility? Door was locked. I could see a faint light within. Open this door real quick. Ooh, more brown stuff. I found another dead body, a sewer worker. By the wounds all over his face and body, I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a keyring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? Yes. I thought about the knife I found with some disgust. As I carefully picked up the keys from his pocket, I was almost worried he was going to grab me. So, we found the knife, the murder weapon that killed the man. We picked it up. Because, obviously, I need something to defend myself with. There was a hint of fresh air here. It must have been near an exit. But I wondered, what did that key I found on the sewer worker do? And what was on the videotape I found? Well, can we go back? Let's go back real quick. I want to go back and see what this key is, because there's a door back here that was locked. Back up the ladder. Back through here. And, nope. Yep, this way. I tried a bunch of keys on the key ring. I found that sewer, and one of them seemed to fit. The wall was littered with dozens of old faded papers. Whoever did this was obsessed with some local murders. According to some of the clippings, bodies have been found in the ravines, in the forest, and in one case dumped in the back of an abandoned truck. I couldn't be sure, but I thought some of these same articles had been pasted up back in those tunnels. Did that sewer worker find this room? Is that why he was killed? The faded receipt was half trampled on the floor. It was from a local train station, and it was for 2 tickets. I didn't know what use it could be, but I did. But did I keep the receipt? Sure. I neatly folded the soiled receipt and slipped it into the front of my pocket. Excuse me, I can't read right now. A collection of stale liquor bottles covered the floor. Okay. So we basically came back, got the key to unlock that door, found some newspaper clippings. Oh my goodness. Woo! Wow. That got me. That startled me a little bit. Just gonna throw that out there. That startled me quite a bit, actually. Oof. Huh. The shelf was full of security tapes, strictly organized through covered in dust. It looked like the tape I found was one of that was missing from the shelf. Can we watch it? We can. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wondered what was on the VHS tape I found. Did I play it? Yes. Oh no, the video showed a man right there in the sewers being attacked. The tape looked fuzzy and stretched like somebody had tampered with it. It looked like there could have been 2 men. Ooh, more. I was feeling even more sick about seeing another dead body. I didn't want to get any more blood on my clothes. I wouldn't either. It was a security cam right there. Hmm. The camera had recorded the whole grisly scene. But who is that in the video? I'm sure we'll find out here in a little bit. Won't we? soiled knife I carried in my boot weighed heavily upon my mind as my leg embedded the pain. As I made my way up to the ladder, I thought again of the videotape. Who, who was it that didn't want to be seen? Was it the same person that hid all those newspaper clippings away in that locked room? Part of me almost wished I would have never found out. As I reached the top of the ladder, I found a latch above me and tat tactlessly popped it open. Suddenly, I caught the unexpected dank scent of pine trees. Well, we've reached outside. That's a good thing, right? There's a random door. Oh, it's a gate. Arrow pointing this way. A heavily padlocked, barred, rust-covered door. Tried the keyring I got from the sewers, but none of the keys worked. Didn't think I'd be able to get through, and didn't feel strong enough to climb the fence. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on the map I've seen. Whoever was poking around in these tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Just crawled into some brush. Huh, that's funny. What was that? There was some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there's a notebook there too. Did I read it? Yeah. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was a page after one page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, and Rachel. Rachel. Her name was last on the list, and it had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out, but these marks looked older and more faded. So maybe it's some kind of hit list. Maybe we're dealing with like a Jack the Ripper kind of guy. Who knows? It's a mystery. Oh, I hear water. A dry old picnic table sat lonely amongst the trees. It had carvings and marks from years and previous campers. As I tried to read some of the names and the marks, I idly thumbed the knife I found. If I wanted to, I could have carved something on that table. Did I? Sure. With a few crude strokes, I etched a simple design into the wood. R and H. I felt like a teenager defacing the table. The path ended in a cold-looking river. I wasn't sure if if it was safe to cross. Did I cross it? Sure. Two bodies, two young women, were half dug into a hasty, shallow grave between the trees. The younger-looking one was still face up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. I was panicking, but I couldn't leave them like that. Did I clean up the gravesite? Yes. They seemed so exposed, which is what bothered me the most. I covered them up as best as I could and stuck a few twigs in the ground to create some kind of headstone. Where had these women come from? What were they doing out there in the woods? Did I wave back over the other side? Okay, so we're back to where we were before. There's a sign. Go through here.